Hi everyone, I'm talking to Michelle Allen today. Michelle is going to share with you her amazing story and her amazing journey of weight loss. How are you today, Michelle?
Good, thank you. It's great to be here.
It's great to have you. So you've lost a lot of weight, Michelle. How much weight have you lost?
30 kilos. It's kind of a lot.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So did you want to tell us a bit about how you gained the weight, the circumstances that it happened, what was it like for you?
It started sort of, I'm a web designer by trade, so I spent a lot of hours in front of a computer, and it started off by me just spending, 60, 70 hours a week behind a computer and eating really bad food, and probably really high carb food, chips, chocolates, all those kind of yucky things that I shouldn't be eating. And when you're working, it's really easy just to shove stuff in your mouth and just sort of not really think about what's going in. And the weight just started creeping on. I think, oh yeah, it's only a kilo, and then worry about starting to diet the next week. And of course, next week never came. And one day I went up to my cousin's home in Queensland, and we had a family photo, and all my cousins all got together, and I thought, oh my God, these people have put on so much weight. And then I saw my photo, and in the photo, and I was the biggest one in the photo, and I was like going, oh my God, this is the moment where you have to actually do something about it.
Yeah.
So I started by just walking for 15 minutes a day, which, believe me, was a massive effort.
Yeah.
Then after a month, I started feeling good, and then I started, eliminating little things, and it took me about 2.5 years to do all up.
Yeah.
And it was very slow, because I used to look at a lot of diets and I think, I'm not really good at counting calories or preparing food, so I just started learning how to eat healthy. And now I'm on like an organic raw diet. I'm about 80% raw, and I started exercising. Now I can run 7Ks at one go. I can I train probably 4 to 5 sessions a week, and I feel fantastic. I'm 47 years old, but I actually feel like I'm about in my 30s. Got massive amounts of energy going on all the time. I really enjoy exercise, and I really enjoy learning about foods. I've got my own blog, so I write about my journey, and I write the good things and the bad things. And I'm not perfect. I have my days where I have, I have a bit of a lash out, or I might have that extra red wine that I probably shouldn't have, and that's empty calories. But hey, we're all not perfect. So I got to a stage where I reached a good weight, and now it's not really about losing weight for me. Now it's about building a bit of muscle and tone in my body, because like when you lose weight, your skin gets a little bit saggy and your muscles aren't, that sort of, fit looking and healthy looking, so especially at my age. So now I've started bodybuilding to get that final look, and it's only been 2 weeks, so watch this space. Hopefully, in about 6 to 8 months' time, I might be sort of looking a lot better, hopefully.
That's excellent that you started something. So when you think of weight loss and you think of an amount like 30 kilos, how did you keep yourself motivated?
That's actually a really hard thing, because when you're trying to eat healthy, there's so much temptation around. Like there's people that will say, come over and have lunch, or let's go and have coffee, and it's almost on a daily basis where you're tempted with, and I'm really social, so for me it was like business networking events. The finger food comes out, and if you're hungry at dinner time, you're going to want to eat that food, and that's really high calories. Going to coffee with your friends, they go, oh, let's have a nice cake, and you think, oh, yum, that looks good, and you kind of think, oh, one piece won't hurt. So the minute you have that one piece, you blow your calorie intake.
Yeah.
So for me, I did get tempted along the way, and when I used to break it, I used to think, okay, this has not been a good day, let's just start again tomorrow. And that's probably why it took me so long. But the thing is, forgive yourself when you do make it, when you do go off the rail, because it will probably happen. And if you do it perfectly, I don't think that's realistic in this society, to just be 100% on a diet. I mean, I'm sure there's people out there that do that, but not me.
Yeah. So,
Most of the people.
well, I think really no one's perfect, and anyone who says they are probably telling us a few lies. So you've been sharing your story on weight loss quite a bit recently. Why is it so important for you to share this story with us?
Well, I'm in business, and being a woman in business too, we tend to neglect ourselves. Like when you're in business, you tend to try and be, you know, the best mum, the best cook, the best businesswoman. You have to do your accounts. You've got to do a lot of stuff, and guess what gets left behind? It's you. So I thought to myself, you know, I need to make my story public because I know there's a lot of other people out there, women especially like me, that are just so giving, and we tend to just neglect ourselves, and it's actually a really big health cost to us, because ultimately we will get sick if we're unhealthy or overweight. There's heart, there's diabetes that's increasing, there's cancers that are going on, there's and you know, we're not meant to die of these diseases, we're meant to die of old age. So by eating better and exercising better, you're just helping yourself in the long run, and being around for your kids and your family and your friends and your loved one and stuff like that. So I wanted to share my story because I'm an IT person and I'm just an average, normal, everyday person, and I think, you know, if I can actually do it, anybody can do it on the planet, because there's nothing special about me. It was more just, you know, I want to be healthy and fit, and by achieving that now, I can run my business. I'm really a lot more motivated. I can multitask. I only work about 35 hours a week now. Like I used to work 70, and I used to have to work 70 because I had to put that extra time to do what I was, you know, and I do a lot more now in 35 hours than what I do in what I used to do in the 70 hours. So, being healthy is a message that, you know, I think has really been neglected, and I just thought, well, it's my way of just like sharing my story, and hopefully I can inspire a few people out there.
That's excellent. Now, you mentioned earlier that your eating habits have changed quite dramatically, and you're on about 80% raw now. How did you discover the raw food diet?
I went to a seminar, and I was introduced to it. They have this, where I live at Long Beach, they have this film night every month, and they talk about different foods, and I thought, I'll go along and check this out. And when I saw like the benefits of raw food eating and a high vegetable diet, and, you know, drinking lots of water and superfoods, I thought, I'm just going to try this, because I was sort of coming to the end of my massive weight loss, and the benefits I found in health was really amazing. And then I just got really addicted to going home overnight after my training and then looking up all this stuff, you know, looking up online what spirulina does for you, or bee pollen, or eating sort of, you know, carrots and what's in carrots, you know, just things like looking at what apples do for you and celery. And then I discovered by eating organic food, you're actually pouring more vitamins and minerals into your body. And a thing called live food enzymes, which are really good for your body. And I thought to myself, I need this stuff. You know, like at my age, I so need this stuff because I don't want to get old, because I'm fit and, you know, I'm not ready to be old. So I thought, right, I'm going to get onto this stuff. So I started off very slowly, and it is hard to get used to, because when you go raw and you go for a higher vegetable, all of a sudden you're not eating as much processed food or sugar. So your body does go through a withdrawal. Like you probably can get sick because your body starts eliminating toxins. And that's actually good, because you want to get rid of all that stuff out of your body. And then all of a sudden your skin starts getting clear, and you know, you're not getting those little marks and all around your face, and you know, all of a sudden all the little blemishes go away, and you know, and you start having this amazing amount of energy. And I have to admit, I got addicted to that feeling, and I still am. So I continue to learning a lot more, and as I find stuff, I write about it on my blog. For example, I found out that dairy milk is not that good in large doses for, you know, my age sort of level. So I just cut dairy out, and I feel amazing. Like I don't feel sluggish or get tired in the afternoons or things like that. And if you go online and just look this stuff up, you'll find zillions of sites showing, talking about, these effects. And I just look at one food at a time. For example, I looked at broccoli and the benefits of broccoli, and I did this whole, about a week researching all these websites and looking at what broccoli does for you. And that's an amazing vegetable. And most of us go, oh, yuck, broccoli, who wants to eat that? But it's actually a really good vegetable to eat. Look it up online. So now I eat it every day.
And do you find it difficult eating raw foods? You said earlier that you're a very sociable person. Do you find it hard when you're eating out, or do you find that most places will accommodate for you?
No, it's actually really quite hard to eat out, and so that's why I'm about an 80%. So when I do eat out, I'll try to order like a salad or something, or I might even go not even Caesar, more like a Greek salad, and like if they've got fish going or something like that. It's actually really hard to be, I think, 100% raw unless you become really extreme, and I'm probably not ready to go to that level yet. Yeah. But there's actually like tons of recipes online where you can make like lots of raw food dishes, and like things like you need some kitchen tools, like really good high powerful blenders, and you can mix up like nuts and all kinds of things and make it into paste, and you can have it as a dip with beans and things like that, and it's actually really quite nice. I don't believe it or not, it sounds gross, but it's actually really healthy. But it's actually, and you get a taste to it. Like at first when you start doing it, I think you have to gradually start, like think, okay, lunch is a good time to start. Like you might have a raw salad, or if you feel like some fish or chicken or something, you can add that with it. But just by starting off with like that raw salad rather than a sandwich or a pie or something like that, that will give you benefits. These days I actually have, like for breakfast, I have like raw kale, tomato, carrot and a boiled egg. And that's a great breakfast for me. And sometimes I have oatmeal. I just soak oatmeal in water and then warm it up and, put a few cranberries on top, and that's a great breakfast. It gives you a lot of energy, especially when I'm training.
Yes, well, that's what I was going to say. Because you train so much, obviously you're finding that the raw food diet is providing you with everything that you need. So
it is.
You still have the energy that you need to train.
Yeah, I'm finding that since I've started bodybuilding, I've had to bring like some things like rolled oats into my diet, and I've started using a vegetable-based protein drink, which I have with either rice milk or water, and I'm finding that I'm just needing that extra protein into my diet, because of the workouts I'm doing with bodybuilding, which is interesting.
Yeah, well, I'd love to have you back in a couple of months' time, and you can tell us how the bodybuilding's going. That would be really awesome.
Hopefully I'll survive it. My body's in pain at the moment. It's really the first few, like this is only week 2 for me, so I do a training session and I think, oh yeah, I'm good, and then the next day or the day after it just hits and you go, whoa, and I used to think I was fit, and it was more, I was fit cardio wise, but muscle wise I wasn't. So it's actually, I'm learning so much difference about weight training and cardio. So just because you're a really good runner, it doesn't mean you're going to be really good with weights, or if you're really good at weights, it doesn't mean you're going to be really good at cardio. So it's made me realise I actually have to do both to be healthy. So here goes the bodybuilding and muscles for me.
Oh, excellent. Thank you so much for your time today, Michelle. Was there anything else that you wanted to share with us? Or I think, if you're starting out and, you're thinking the long journey is hard, just start off by doing one thing at a time. And whether it's cutting out things like white flour or, lunch is a really good meal to start looking at a healthy thing, and then you can work on to dinner and breakfast as well. Start off by, if you haven't exercised for a long time, don't try to go join a gym and go berserk. Just start off by a 10 or 15 minute walk a day, just around the block. That's all you need to do. And then after a month, you'll actually feel so much better. And it's more just like, not waking up in the morning and going, oh, today I'm going to be a lunatic and just completely change my life, because it just doesn't work. We just cannot do it. We've got to teach ourselves these new habits. Yes. So try just doing one little healthy thing a week, and within a year you'll be amazed at where you've come from. Like, if I can do it, anybody can do it. Thanks so much, Michelle. Bubbles of love.
Good talking. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.